ready in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where my mom's at podcast with Christina P.
Discover the new Michelin CrossClimate 2 tires designed to keep families safer for longer than leading competitors. The Michelin CrossClimate 2 tires provide up to 1 year of additional tread life compared to 4 leading competitive tires. Discover more at michelinman.com. Saatva Mattress Company. I have slept on a Saatva mattress. Let's see. I don't know, since 5, 6 years. And I've had the pleasure and the joy and the honor of sleeping on the luxury Firm King, the Lumen Leaf, and now the Solaire, which is the shit, bros. Okay. It vibrates. It can go up. It can go down. You and your partner can sleep up and down, different, have vibrating sides, whatever. I absolutely love it. Check it out. Go to saatva.com/the-shit. That's right. We got that URL because it is such a great mattress that you really need to check it out. And they've got a deal now that you will get $225 off the purchase of your next mattress if you go to saatva.com/the-shit. A lot of people ask me in real life, Christina, do you really love this mattress company? 100%. Their customer service is impeccable. The minute you order a mattress, within minutes, I'm telling you, someone's going to call you or check on you and walk you through the process. They even take away your old mattress for a nominal fee. This is a fantastic company. Saatva.com/the-shit, $225 off the next order of your mattress. I don't know. I am so confused. What is happening in the world? I mean, LA is on fire. But we know what? We're going to have fun. We're going to have good vibes only. That's what I'm talking about. My son, my older boy, Ellis, went back to school this week. And because he goes to a preschool, it's like a private school. There's only 10 kids in the class. And it's been so great. He's been so happy. And the best part is no back to school nights because of the germs. I don't have to listen to endless droning of the teachers. Like, they just send you an email like a normal person, and then you read that email and then you know everything. You don't have to go and pretend to give a shit, which is just fantastic so far. And he's just loving it. And so that's been exciting. And then also this week, I have switched from drinking tequila to drinking white wine again. I tried going sober for a while during this quar, but I don't think I can last. Are you guys drinking too? Zolo, what are you doing? I'm talking to baby Zolo today just to switch things up, because how old are you? 21?
Yeah.
You poor thing. Like, I always feel bad for the youngins. Your life is just starting and you're in this shitbird situation. What are you doing to not be freaked out every day?
Just trying to stay focused, stay busy, just keep working, keep plowing forward.
You're healthy. That's what a healthy person does. You're not riddled with anxiety. Anyway, let's get to the most important stuff in my world. Firstly, this week, my older boy got into The Little Mermaid, the movie. Now, I watch a movie with him every day. I like to select classics. I'm all about that old school Disney. I love when they have adventure and fear and witches, and it shows kids that like life is actually scary, but that you can overcome obstacles, and that's just great. And the best part about him liking The Little Mermaid is that I know he is what? Heterosexual. All right. Boner alert, because even as a mom, even as a lady, like Ariel is objectively, I'd say, one of the hottest lead characters that Disney's ever produced. I mean, besides Sleeping Beauty, super hot. I don't know. I only know the old school jams, but it's really cute for me to know that like he secretly likes Ariel and he's afraid of the witch, and then we got into a discussion about why people are bad and why people are good. That's fun with a 4-year-old. I'm like, well, Ursula is bad because she didn't have good parents growing up. Not like you. You have good parents, so you're not going to grow up being angry at people who are thinner and prettier and happier than you. But I loved The Little Mermaid. Even as a 13-year-old, when that movie came out, my stepsister Cindy and I would go to the movie theater. I saw that movie like 2 or 3 times in the theater as a 13-year-old. And I would smoke cigarettes in the mall, like, right outside the theater. But something in me really resonated with that story of The Little Mermaid. But it's interesting to watch it now as an adult, because you're like, well, what's really the theme here? Is that so she falls in love with somebody outside of her tribe, essentially, and then she has to make a deal with the devil to grow legs to essentially accommodate the man. And then they defeat the witch, but then she has to give up her life to be with Prince Eric, who, I get it, is a 10. Like, he's really hot, but at the same time, I mean, why does she have to give up her mer life? You know what I'm saying? Like, why doesn't fucking Prince Eric grow a tail, a fin, and go and live with the mermen under the sea where everything's better? Because we learned in that song, down where it's wetter, it's better. Take it from me. Like, there's no war, there's no chaos, everything is great, except for Ursula, who they defeat. Like, bitch, why don't you go to her house? You know what I'm saying? So there's still little conflicting messages, but what do I care? I'm raising boys. Okay, not my problem. I'm not raising a girl. You don't have to enlighten so much. But it was really cute to watch him get his little crush, and it got me thinking back to like your first animated crush, which for me was Mighty Mouse. Do you guys know who Mighty Mouse is? Will you Google Mighty Mouse? So I was 4, about Ellis's age. I remember having my first sexual awakenings at watching Mighty Mouse. And it's so, there he is. So, it's so weird for me now. Like, I was in love with him. Like, I would lay, I remember, in bed and just be like, I just love Mighty Mouse. Like, you don't know what you can do with Mighty Mouse. Like, you don't know that sex exists or Frenching or like fingering. You don't want that. You just want them to, I don't know, you want to like hug. I just want to hold his hand so hard when you're 4. And it's creepy now because you're like, oh, that's an animal. They've just anthropomorphized a mouse, and like I have sexual or whatever romantic feelings towards an animal. It's very fucking weird. Like, what did you guys get? Do you remember your first animated crush or your first like 4-year-old Zola? What was your first little boner that you had?
I really like Sleeping Beauty. You mentioned her. I've always been into blondes. I'm like, yeah, Sleeping Beauty.
Google. I think I was into Sleeping Beauty. I might be half gay because I remember watching that. She was Aurora. That's her name. I remember being a little girl and being like, if I get to look like her when I grow, look how perfect she is. I mean, I know I played the trailer for Ellis, and I was like, you ever heard of Sleeping Beauty? There's a witch in that one, because like he likes the witch, Ursula. And I played that, and he's like, no, I don't want to see it. And then he just stopped when she came on, and he was like, oh yeah, I get it. That was so cute. Yeah, she's great. Who else? Okay, who else gave you guys boners when you were 4? God, she is perfect.
The chick bunny from Space Jam.
Yeah, chick bunny from Space Jam. It's so confusing. You're like, right? Like, were you at all conflicted about being sexually feeling towards an animal?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It was very confusing. But I was just like, hey, you know what? My body's reacting the way it's supposed to. This bunny is hot AF.
Yeah, Google her. Space Jam? Space chick? Space Jam? Was that for the cartoon is from? Yeah. I remember it. I remember this whole era. Yeah. There she is. It's just so weird that they sexualize, right? Like, she's a bunny, but then they put her ears down to look like a ponytail, and then they put short shorts on her and a crop top, and she's got tits. Like, what bunny has a rack? It's so weird. Yeah, but I guess, that's the love interest for Bugs. Even Pepe Le Pew, I remember having somewhat sexual feelings for growing up. Pepe Le Pew, because he was like, was Pepe canceled by the time you guys were? Because Pepe Le Pew was a rapist, basically. Everyone knows that. There he is. He would romance that girl and she would just run away from him. But you knew as a kid that Pepe was out of line, you know? Like you got the feeling that wasn't appropriate. I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyway. So we're into the Little Mermaid, thank God. I'm so excited that my son is, normal. Just kidding. I don't care. I don't care if he had a hard-on for Prince Eric, honestly. I don't fucking care. But it's cute to watch him get all excited about that stuff. So, also, interesting article about gender reveal parties. I came across this thing. As you know, I am a huge fan of the Grum. And Zolo, can you bring this up? I sent this to you guys on Instagram. There's a lot of people out there that are really warriors about these gender reveals. Did you happen to see the text under it? It's actually an Instagram post. Okay, guys. Now, I've sent this to like everybody my age, like every Gen Xer. Okay, this is on this lady's Instagram. Gender reveal parties could never introduce an unborn child's gender. Why? Well, here we go, guys. Buckle up. I'm not even fucking sure I understand what I'm about to say to you, but just know that you're in for a treat. Here it goes. Because there's no way for us to know a young person's gender, or anyone's for that matter, without them telling us. Sure, we can assume until further notice when they are infants, but one thing we cannot do is get caught up in the fallacy, and she writes in parentheses, mistaken belief. Do you know why? Zolo, come on, you're Gen Zer?
Yeah.
Okay, why do you think she wrote in parentheses mistaken belief after the word fallacy?
Because people don't know what fallacy means?
I think so. I think that's a really good guess. Number one, I would say that. And number two, I would even go so far as to say that fallacy, because it is similar to the word phallus and is therefore a patriarchal word, she wants to dismantle the patriarchy. I'm just gonna I bet that's what that is.
Whoa, I didn't even think about that.
Fallacy. Well, of course you wouldn't, with all your white privilege, your white male privilege, your cisgender privilege. And the fallacy of conflating genitals with gender. My genitals do not determine my gender. Assuming genitals determine gender is transphobic and intersexist, and in parentheses, oppression experienced by intersex folks, okay? A true gender binary abolitionist knows people have a spectrum of genitals, and every gender variation and combination is valid. Okay, hey, listen, this is a discussion. I'm way out of my depth here. I don't obviously feel the same things this person does about their gender and how they express it, so I'm not even going to get into that. That being said, gender reveal parties are fun, and you're not assigning a gender and an identity for that kid for the rest of their lives. What, maybe would it help to change the name? Like, how about a gender possible reveal, or a gender, come on, help me out, a gender.
Well, here's the deal, man.
Yeah.
You're conflating gender with biological sex, and they have nothing to do with one another.
Oh,
so
fudge.
If you are going to do this,
go ahead.
I think the most appropriate term would be a biological sex reveal party, and you have to make everyone involved know that there's a high likelihood that the kid's probably gonna change their gender to something else later down the line.
Well, now see, you're being you're being transphobic and intersexist because you just said there's a high probability that they will change their gender later. So you're assuming that they're not happy with their current one, and that, you know what I mean? You're making kind of a value judgment on that. So
You're right. You're right.
But
they'll reveal for themselves
Thank you.
They truly feel.
Thank you. Say, you speak this language. I fucking knew you would. This is why I'm having you on, Mike. Because this language to me is a little foreign. I'm trying to learn it. And I feel like because you were raised in this stuff, that you're fluent in nonsense. Yeah. I'm sorry, in in transphobic and intersexist oppression experienced intersexuals. What do you guys think of this? Like, be honest with me. I'll tell you my side, and I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm going to be so politically incorrect that I'm probably going to get hate messages and blah, blah, blah. This post was sent to me by a friend who is my age, who has children and a mother, and we both LOL'd our heads off. And then I sent it to about 10 other moms. All of them were like, wait, what? Like, we don't get it. It's not, if you're like in your 30s, 40s, you're just like, what? I don't understand. Hey, more power, whatever. But it is absurd for us. How is this viewed in your generation? You're 20 years old, is that right? 21?
Yeah, 21.
Be honest.
It's a little... I mean, it's accepted, I'm in college and stuff, and this is kind of the norm, everywhere's got to be a safe space, really kind of welcoming to everyone. So, this is kind of accepted, but I do think it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because in my heart, if I'm being honest, when you hear truth, it resonates, right? When you hear something that's real, you go... Yeah, all right. Point. Good. But to stop here's the thing. Gender reveal parties. Well, you're right. Maybe we should change them to, what is it? Sexual identification at birth.
Biological sex.
Biological sex identification.
Yep.
Parties at birth. Probable. Because sometimes they could be born, they could have mixed of genitals,
They
whatever.
could be intersex.
Correct.
Yeah.
Really all it is, these parties, I think, let's fucking walk on the planet, not in the sky here. The real thing is, when you're pregnant and you're having a baby, the sheer excitement of, like, who's this person inside of me? Who's growing? What is this? Are you a boy or are you a girl? You're just searching for any little morsel of getting to know this creature inside of you. So when the doctor tells you, or what your life might be like from here on, because there's so many things you don't know. And when the doctor gives you just that little piece of information, it's exciting. And, you're not trying to define this person's identity forever and ever, or you're not trying to hurt people that are maybe whatever, transgender, gender fluid. It's just like the parents are just stoked. Like, oh, more information. That's how I view it. I would be excited if I had a girl. I would be excited if I had a boy. I'd be excited. I don't care. You just to know that wonderful little being inside of you is what's truly exciting and interesting and whatever. So that being said, Zolo, one day when you get married and have a baby, will you have a sex organ reveal party?
Yeah, I mean, we'd probably do a gender reveal, but maybe like later down the line when the kid's like 8 or 9 or 13 and they, decide their pronouns and how they want to be referred to.
Right. Yeah. Are you being serious? I can't.
No, I'm definitely not.
Well, but that's an interesting idea. So for people who do have kids that are maybe trans or intersex or something, like, yeah, maybe you have a sex reveal party, and then later you do like have a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah, right? Like 13 is when you come of age, or 15 or whatever in cultures, your adolescence, and then maybe you have a second party dependent on, what's going on with the kid.
Yeah.
That's that. There you go. Problem solved. Problem solved. See, my only beef really, truly with people that are loving to tear down and be woke about every little thing and complain about every little institution. And I understand it. I think conscious raising is really important. And I think this is great because I go, okay, gosh, I didn't consider, what if that kid is trans? Yeah, that is kind of a thing to impose. And okay. But if you're going to tear it down, if you're going to dismantle, have an option. You know what I mean? Present a solution. Don't just shit all over everything that exists. I find that to be very, you know, gosh, that's just so like, this sucks. Yeah, okay, well, fucking fix it then. You have the right. You have a right and to have a solution. You hear me, Zolo? Come up with a fucking solution, you motherfuckers. Yeah. Don't just complain to me. Everybody's under window. All right, you're so oppressed. Oppression. Goddamn, fuck your oppression. You want to talk about oppression? Listen to wonderful Fortune Feemster, big fat lesbian comedian who was on Your Mom's House. So she's aired. Yeah, Fortune's aired. You want to talk about oppression? My goodness, she grew up gay in the South. And, you know, there was no football team for her, and she played boys football. She did everything despite her circumstances. So anyway, I'm always inspired by people that say, fuck it, fuck society. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm not just going to complain. Moving along to another very important topic at hand. Aaron Carter's penis. Did you guys happen to see? Could you go ahead and just see if that's up? I brought up Aaron Carter on TikTok. We played on Your Mom's House. He's on there, and I had my spidey senses were tingling that he was gonna act out or get weird in some way. And lo and behold, Aaron Carter masturbated for money on like an OnlyFans site yesterday. And look at him. The guy he's got the facial tattoo. So, vamaron. I mean, poor kid. He's in. How old? I hope he's of age, right? He's of age. I mean, he's hot. Like, look at that guy's ripped. Whew, God, to be that age. You do one push-up and you look that good at that age. Anyways, he he put himself online. So you tuned in. Is this it? Nude ass. Oh yeah, dick pics. Like, let's see that. I want to see his leaked meats. Leaked meat. Yeah, apparently he's got a big old hog. So he played naked guitar, he sang songs nude, and then he masturbated in front of people. So drugs, you guys. This is why you pay attention to your kids when they're little. Look at him. What is he doing? It's just his tush is out. He's like, hello. Why is there a cat covering his feet? Like, he chose to cover his feet, but not his ass. It's interesting, huh? Look at him looking back. He's like, yeah, my shit's hot. Zolo, do you guys send each other dick pics? Your generation sends. Have you sent your penile pic to ladies?
No, it's never really been my move, but...
Really?
Yeah.
But you know, like, other kids in your class do that stuff.
I mean, that's definitely standard.
Is there no fear of sharing the pic? Like when a girl sends it to you, she's not afraid that you're going to just show it to all your friends, which of course you will and should. You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like a smarter person would have some fear of that, but you know.
Okay. But they still do it.
They still do it.
Yeah. Yeah. What age do you think this starts, the dick pic sharing?
Ooh, they start young.
Oh, no. Like what?
I mean, early teens.
Like 13?
It's going on at 13 for sure. Maybe not across the board, but there's 13-year-olds out there sending dick pics.
God, what a bad idea. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's worse than just doing drugs and stuff, is sending people your genitals, right?
I don't know.
Because we were just doing smoking pot and cigarettes, and like at least your junk wasn't out there.
I mean, they do that too.
Oh, God. All right. So what's the solution? What do? I take my phone from my kid? He doesn't get a phone until he's 18?
No, I don't know about that, but I don't know. Monitor it, kind of.
Monitor it. You know what I should do? Yeah, I'd be like, look, I look through all your shit all the time.
Maybe not that much, but have some talks with him and just kind of, explain to him consequences and things that could happen if he's doing stuff like that.
Yeah. Right. Legalities, too, because can't boys get in trouble for even receiving a sexual pic? What's the talk your parents had with you?
I mean, when I was growing up, it was so new that I don't think they ever really had a talk with me about that. But I remember some, like school administrators having some assemblies being like, this is child pornography. If you're sending this out, it's illegal. And yeah, they're really coming down about it.
Because I think the legality is that even if you're sending it to somebody your own age, isn't that considered child pornography or something. And oh man, what a nightmare. So they told you just don't send them.
Yeah.
Okay. But what about like Snapchat? Isn't that what that was invented for? So that you guys could send dick pics and have no record?
Pretty much, I think so.
There's always a way around.
Yeah.
I love that people always create in service of sending dick pics or pornography. That's why so many things were invented. Okay. Great. So some more fun stuff to look forward to as my sons age. Michelin tires. Is there any other brand you trust more? Of course not. I have had Michelin tires on my cars since I was 16 years old. Safe driving isn't limited to new tires. Your family should feel safe behind the wheel driving on tires with 35,000 miles of wear, just as they do on new tires. Discover the new Michelin CrossClimate 2 tires, designed to keep families safer for longer than leading competitors. The Michelin CrossClimate 2 tires brake up to 56 feet shorter than leading competitors on wet roads and 16 feet shorter on dry roads, even when worn. The Michelin CrossClimate 2 tires provide up to 1 year of additional tread life compared to 4 leading competitive tires. Wow. And when you buy them now, you can enjoy a warranty that gives you 60,000 miles of peace of mind. New Michelin CrossClimate 2 tires. Buy them now. Thank them later. Discover more at michelinman.com. You know what the secret to a good marriage is? I'll tell you what the secret is. adamandeve.com. Yeah. How do you think I keep it spicy with Tom Segura for the last 15 years? I buy stuff. I buy toys on adamandeve.com. Cock rings, sexy movies, lingerie, you name it, they have it. They've got lubes, lotions, toys for women, toys for men, everything. It is an absolute must. You got to keep things spicy in the bedroom if you want to hold on to your marriage. Take advantage of the downtime too that we're in, and choose almost any one item and get 50% off at adamandeve.com with the code WMMA. And when you do, you're going to get 10 free boredom-busting gifts, including 6 spicy movies, a 3-piece bonus kit, and best of all, free shipping discreetly delivered right to your door. I know you're thinking, Christina, I cannot order stuff from adamandeve.com. My neighbors, my whoever, my nanny, my housekeeper. No one's going to see the box. It's so discreet. So use my offer code WMMA. That's WMMA at checkout for this amazing deal. Adam and Eve has thousands of products to make you glad you are staying at home. Sex toys make being at home so enjoyable. In fact, shopping from home is more enjoyable when you're shopping for sex toys. Go to adamandeve.com and use that offer code WMMA to get 50% off just about any item plus 10 free gifts. Use code WMMA at checkout. Another piece of news before we get into listener emails and stuff is the Paris Hilton abuse. So I really wanted to watch her documentary. I still have not had a chance to. I'm assuming it's on the YouTubes now. It's a documentary about her life, and I have to tell you that it is out, right? I think it's out. I haven't heard anybody talking about it. I haven't heard anybody give a rip about this documentary. Does it say that it's out yet, you guys? Can you Google the release date? Maybe it's not out yet, but so she was teasing that she's going to reveal a big abuse that happened to her September 14th. It's not the 14th yet. Oh, that's why. Okay. So the abuse was revealed, and can you just Google Paris Hilton abuse? I want to see what the deal was. Now, what I read is she went to one of those fancy bad kid boarding schools, like, I don't know if you've ever had a friend who's had really rich parents and then they send them away to these like boarding type schools to quote straighten them out, or these wilderness survival camps to straighten out kids. And she says she quote created a monster. She opens about abuse of teen horror. Okay, go down. What the fuck was her abuse? That she said that she was abused at one of these schools. 39 alleges, she was physically and emotionally abused, including enduring beatings and solitary confinement after being sent to boarding school. She also describes how she has been abused by 5, holy cow, old boyfriends. She tells the camera, quote, I feel like the whole world thinks they know me because I've been playing this character for so long. No one really knows who I am. Something happened in my childhood that I've never talked about with anyone. I still have nightmares about it. I wish I could bring a camera into my dreams and show you what it's like. It's terrifying. I relive that every night. I experience experienced it this day. I'm still traumatized to go down. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not sure. So this childhood abuse happened at a boarding school is what it sounds like. Yeah. Okay. It's funny. It's tricky, right? Because you're like, God, that sucks that happened to her. And then you're like, oh, it happened at boarding school. Oh, in Switzerland. Like, you're like, okay. I don't know. We'll see. I can't wait to see it, though. I want to see it. I'm so excited. I'm fascinated by her. She's hot. She looks great. But it's also hard to sympathize, right? With like a super rich, super hot chick. And her whole thing was like, I'm super hot and super rich. You should be jealous of me. So anyway, let's see what happens. In mom news, I have discovered, so someone gave us a while ago an inflatable bouncy thingy. Go on Amazon, get yourself an inflatable bouncy thingy for your kids. They will play for fucking hours on that thing. Those bounce houses, I'm pretty sure this is how children break their ankles and die. This is it. This is exactly the one that I have. This was given to us. Little Tykes inflatable jump and slide bounce house with heavy duty blower. It's so fucking rad. I inflate this bitch in the backyard and the kids go nuts all day. Money, I mean, I didn't pay for this one, but it is so great, you guys. You got to get yourself a bounce house if you don't have one of these, or rent one, or do something if you have kids that are still home. And what's neat about it, though, is that it is dangerous. And I think I've reached a new point in my momhood that now I'm like, I do a cost benefit analysis of like, how bad is my kid hurting themselves right now? Potential for risk versus them leaving me the fuck alone for 5 minutes and playing on this thing. So I usually wait for the first round of tears and then I'm like, all right, everyone get out of the bounce house. But for now, I let them do it until the first round of tears, which is really cool. So it's just another thing you can do to break up the monotony of having kids at home. I had marital loves with Tom this week, which is great because I find that there's like a countdown clock on marital loves, let's be honest. And this really helps wives, is that there's just a countdown clock. It's like every 2 or 3 days, Tom gets really angry and agitated. And then I do sweet marital loves and it's like everything's gone and he's great and he does chores and it's fucking fantastic. So you got to milk your husbands. It's like, I don't know why this needs to come with like a wife manual. Like you just got to milk them and get it over with. And it's going to be so much better just to milk your husbands. Tom is in such a good mood because I've been milking him now that he's had that vasectomy. Okay. Let's do we have some follow-up stuff or what are we at? Let me see. What we got, Zolo? Any voicemails?
We don't have a lot of follow-ups, but we have voicemails, mom fails, mom hacks.
Go to that. Let me see.
Effects.
Let's see the lineup here. What should we start on? I like to start. Let's do with what would Christina P do? Those are always fun.
Alright.
Do we have any? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's do voicemails first, and then we'll get into the emails.
Gotcha.
Thanks, Jeans.
Hi, Main Mommy. I'm not a mom. I'm a nanny. I've been watching the same girls forever, and the 4-year-old this past summer has really got me on some of her questions and asked me the other day why we don't eat people while we were eating dinner. And I have never spit food out as a grown adult, and I literally choked on my food, on dinner, and that took a moment of, like, figuring out how to even answer her. So keep them high and tight. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's interesting. You mentioned that. Just last night, I had a discussion with the E-Man about, because now he's into witches and good witches and bad witches, and why are bad witches bad? He said, why are some people bad? Why are some people good? Why are some people smart? Why are some people not smart? And like, I had to explain, it's fucking complicated, right? So, I mean, I just explained it to him and like, I think he understands where you go, well, some people, it's not that people are good. Well, no, some people are born bad. Some people are born rotten. Some people are born with bad parents and that makes them angry and sad and then they act out. Some people are born with good genetics and they're smart. Some people are born with inferior, not great genetics and they're dumb, right? I just think some people are just born with different proclivities and talents. But all right, why don't we eat people? That's a fucking really good question. And I'm trying to think if I even discussed this in philosophy class, because we discussed everything. I think it's really an emotional decision, much like not eating dogs and cats. Some cultures do, some cultures don't. I think it is a moral decision, right? I mean, murder is wrong. Murdering other people is wrong, but murdering animals isn't wrong. Right? So it is arbitrary. It's really not a matter of health. I think you probably could eat a person. I wonder what the meat would taste like. I think of you guys, I would eat Nadav first. Just judging by his diet, because I think you would be the tastiest, Nadav, because I like the foods you eat the most, I think.
Yeah.
Your wings.
I bring the flavor, Christina.
Yeah, like you're fortified with ranch flavors and chicken wing flavors. And you've got tender meats. And then Chris Larson wouldn't be much of a meal. I think he would just be you're very long and lean, Chris. And you eat healthy, so there's not a lot of fat. And Zolo, your meat is young. You're like a veal.
Yeah.
You'd be delicious, too.
Tender
little baby meats.
Yeah.
Well, let's see it. Let's Google, why don't we eat people? Let's see what Google has to say about this moral question. Yeah, why don't we eat other people? Why cannibalism and self-cannibalism is a bad idea. Is it a bad idea? I mean, I guess it would make people murder each other. Okay, cannibalism. Let's see. We've got all these ad blockers. What in the frick? Go down. Why don't we eat each other for dinner? Scroll down. Can you make it bigger? My eyes are old. Humans may be the most dangerous game, but they're hardly the most nutritious. Oh, shit. A new, slightly morbid study based on the calorie counts of average humans suggests that human eating was mostly ritualistic, not dietary in nature among hominins, including Homo erectus. In nearly early 100, to find out how many calories an average body packs, one researcher used a pair of studies from 1945 to 56 that analyzed the chemical composition. On average, the male human contains 125,822 calories of fat and protein. Okay, so it's really, the point being that calorically we're not very dense. We're not good enough to eat and we're not nutritionally sound. That would make sense. I don't fucking understand. But other than being a faux pas and lending itself to murder, it's probably a good idea just from a societal perspective. But I would say the decision to not eat humans is mostly emotional. And there are just certain arbitrary emotional decisions we make. Right?
I feel like this would be a good question for Dr. Drew. What are the health risks of eating humans?
I know. I wonder, though, because you are what you eat, right? So we absorb the nutrition from the plants and the animals we eat. The plants and animals absorb the nutrition in their bodies from the plants and the things they eat. So why aren't we made up of the shit that we eat, which is animals? So it would seem logically okay, but I don't know. They're saying that calorically we're not dense enough to eat. Wow, I never thought I'd be answering that question on the mom show today, but in Korea they eat dog, and I was told never to eat street meat in Korea when I was there because they'd have no problem eating dog meat. I've eaten snake. That's pretty good. You eaten snake? Yeah, you did in fucking China right before the virus happened. You were convinced that you had it for a minute.
Well, yeah, it was
pretty
scary. I came back, and then right when I was talking about my trip and how much I liked it, then the article started coming out about the vid,
Yeah. I bet you would get a lot of diseases from eating other people because humans carry so much disease, I imagine. Yeah, and there aren't many people. Well, who would I would eat Nadav first, always. Any I wouldn't eat because he's too skinny. There's no meat on those bones. I would probably want to eat young children because they're just so fat and good. Like, they look tasty, you know? My 2-year-old, I'm always like, I want to fucking eat you. Yeah. I bet babies would be tasty. I don't know. Anyway, okay. Let's go to the next one. Next voicemail. Thought-provoking question. Very good. Very good.
Hey, Mommy. Listening to your podcast with Katie Morton, and I would love your varsity mom opinion on if you think age alone is a qualifier for being ready to have kids. My husband and I have been together for 10 years. We have been married and owned a home for over 3 years, been in our respective careers for 5 to 6 years. We have become dog parents. We are financially secure and stable. We are so ready for life's next adventure, but we're only 25. I would love to know how big of a deal you think this is. Thank you so much. Love all of the podcasts. You and Tom are fucking gold. Piss on me, beat me. Thanks.
Thank you. Wow. I mean, you're only 25. You've been with the same guy for 10 years. So you started, what's the math on that? Zolo, 10?
15.
3 years you've owned your home. That's miraculous. 5 to 6 years established career. And your dog, I mean, look, you're actually more of a 35-year-old when you do this math. That's fucking amazing. That's amazing. So if you're asking me permission, yeah, go ahead and have a kid. I think, and I like this segment, by the way. I think we should start a segment where I'm like the Susie Orman of the mom world, where we know people call Susie Orman and they're like, Susie, can I afford to buy a jet ski? And then she goes, well, what's your income? What are your debts? So like, you should have to call me before you decide to start trying to have a child. And then I go through your finances, your relationship, your maturity level, and I give you the yay or nay. So, sweet lamb, I would say that age, definitely you're a mature 25. You're out of the norm. Normally I would say, fuck that, wait. But I think you should go for it. And you've practiced on the dog, which is not that far off from children, especially a puppy is not that far off. Go for it. I say do it. And here's the advantages of having it at 25. You're in great shape. You can withstand the sleepless nights and your body can snap back. I say go for it. Have as many as you can handle and enjoy yourself. Because the benefit, I mean, I was just a late bloomer in many regards. So, I just assume everyone else is just like me, but that's not the case. And I'm assuming you're somewhere like in the Midwest, not on the coasts where we start everything very late. So yes, go for it. For what is it? Be fruitful and multiply. You have my permission. Okay. Here's a great one. This is, hey, Jeans, I have a 3-year-old. I feel extremely guilty when my toddler wants me to play with them, and I just don't want to. I may be trying to clean or just trying to relax, and I feel like I'm always telling him no. He looks visibly sad. I try to play with him as much as I can, but sometimes I just don't feel like it. Do you experience this, and how do you handle it, Stephanie? Yes, Stephanie. I'll never forget this conversation I had with a woman who had 2 children, 2 little boys. And I asked her one time, I was like, did you ever marry your mom? No, I was like, what's it like having 2 kids? And she said to me, she goes, you know what? I like everything except playing with them. And I was like, really? Because that's the part I'm most looking forward to, is playing with my kids. I'm a 4-year-old, I'm a 2-year-old inside. I love to play, but there are times too I'm tired. I'm 44 years old. Sometimes mom wants to just drink and watch you in your fucking bounce house, and that's all you're going to get from me. And that's normal. So I think mom guilt needs to be eradicated. I don't think we should feel guilty about anything, because for those of us that really do give a shit about our kids, I think they know that. I think your kids know that. So here's how I do handle it, because you have an only child, which is a little tricky. I always have, you have a boy or a girl, a 3-year-old. You're smart. You didn't gender. Okay. No, you say him. You use pronouns. Okay. Here's what you're going to do, Stephanie. My children are both really able to play on their own. I don't know if this is a temperament thing or because mom was like, yo, fuck off. I can't. I'm old. I don't want to sit on the couch and you're just going to find something to do. Get a dog. My kids love to fuck around with Bitsy all day and chase her around. And I have a series of tricks, okay? Here's what you're going to do. You just get that toddler occupied, especially boys. Toddler energy needs to be harnessed and focused in one place. You're going to go on Amazon. You're going to buy a little plastic box, right? That's going to have a lid. They have all these little play boxes. What the fuck are they called? Station sensory. That's my favorite, by the way. They have these fancy names for things. It's called a sensory table. It is not a fucking sensory table. It's called a plastic box with a lid, and they'll sell it to you as a sensory table, okay? You go to IKEA and you can get a box, and you're going to buy yourself a bag of flour. You're going to pour flour into that box, put a little oil, a little vegetable oil, just a little into that flour just to make it. There's a sensory table for $100, or you can just go to fucking IKEA and buy a table. There you go. Those kids look happy. You can buy sand on Amazon. I bought sand. I throw sand in there. You throw some toys in there. And that way, like when you're cleaning, because it says, you want to get your shit done, you're cooking, you're cleaning, and I get it. The toddler does not let you do that. If you set up a station next to you that they can do something, that always helps. My boys, I let them cook with me, or I give them a fake cooking project next to me as I'm cooking actual dinner. I let them bake with me. They love that. Sometimes I'll just throw my toddler a bowl with I'll let him crack an egg and just get all nasty with the egg. If I'm cleaning, I just hand the toddler a broom and let him pretend to clean right next to me. So sometimes just being in proximity to you and giving them an object and letting them run with it is really what's going to help. Water balloons. Gosh, Dr. Hockman brought over, there's these water balloons you can buy where you can fill 100 at once. So those are on Amazon. You just put those up to the hose, bro, and now you've got 100 water balloons. That kid is occupied for at least 15 minutes. Balloons in general. Kids love balloons. My boys love fucking anything that's messy. The hose. Just get that toddler energy focused, because when toddler energy is not directed at something else outside themselves, it's directed at you. And then they'll start pulling your hair. I have a black eye. I don't know if you can see that. My toddler, my baby, just hits me, just punches and scratches, and they throw a book at my face. They get bored. The thing is, it's not that they want to play with you. I think it's just that they're fucking bored. And so you need to occupy that motherfucker is what you got to do. There you go. Okay. Now you guys are lucky. None of you are married yet, so you don't have to deal with in-laws. Mother-in-law dating. Oh, God. My mother-in-law has recently begun dating a man who has recently spent 30 years in prison. For second-degree murder and a probation violation. Okay. He was kicked out of where he was staying, and now he's living with her. Cool. We met him last week, and he didn't seem terrible, but I am still concerned about our children being around someone like this. My husband and I have 2 children, and I don't mind bringing them to her house as long as we are there. Our oldest, 3, has only been there without us a handful of times. Now my mother-in-law is making a big deal of him wanting to spend the night there. I'm obviously concerned. My husband is not quite as concerned and doesn't want to upset his mom. He wants to give it a chance, but I think the risk is too serious. How do I communicate to him that this is potentially a dangerous situation, Rachel? Yeah, Rach, if I may call you that. Your husband is not quite as concerned, by the way, as you are, because he grew up with his crazy ass mom. And he thinks his mom is not normal, but this for him is probably just within the realm of shit that she's done her whole life. It is, however, not in your realm of normal behavior. So yeah. Don't let your fucking kids go over there, okay? You're the mom. You are the queen supreme of the house. You are the leader. You are the final decider of everything that happens to your children. It is your job to protect them. It is your job to make other people, hey, you might make people feel uncomfortable because you're protecting your kids. Okay, so what? Women were raised our whole lives to make other people feel comfortable and be accommodating. Fuck that. Not when it comes to your kids. You're protecting them. So he doesn't want to upset his mommy. Too bad. It's time to upset mommy. And you're going to have to say, if your mother wants to see the kids, she can come over here and visit. I personally, I wouldn't even take them to her house. I don't know why that's even happening. Just because less control. What I like to do to bribe people to come to my house is I say, if you don't want to ruffle any feathers, what I like to do is bribe people with free meals and great accommodations. Hey, you know what, Grandma? The kids would love to see you. Why don't you come over and we'll make you a wonderful lunch. We will feed you. We will treat you like a queen. And then you bugger off. And, you know, I mean, if you can get away with like, hey, don't bring your creepy boyfriend, that would be great. The invitation is just for you. I mean, then you're going to ruffle boundary feathers big time. But, you know, you got to protect your kids. I don't fucking give a shit about anybody's feelings personally. What do you think? Am I being too harsh? I usually am too harsh on these things, but...
No, I don't think so. The guy was in jail for 30 years for killing somebody.
It's second-degree murder, Josh. God.
Well, you know, either way, like, even if he didn't kill anyone, being in prison for 30 years kind of makes you a little, I don't know, maybe
wacky.
Not the most kid-friendly person. So I'd probably try to keep my distance too.
Yeah. And look, he's done his time. He's paid his debt to society, obviously. But it's like, you don't know the guy. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit if he was... I don't know who he is. It's like, I'm extremely wary of leaving my kids with anybody. And by the way, people that... I'll be honest, I'm not even so worried about the prison stuff, because that guy's paid his debt to society. 30 years is a long time. He obviously paid his debt, whatever. I'm more worried about Uncle so-and-so next door, or Uncle so-and-so who comes to visit and he's, you know, letting the kids sit on his lap. That's who you get molested by, from what I understand. The fucking Eagle Scout leader, the priest who comes over and means well. It's the next door neighbor who wants to watch your kids all the time. From what I've fucking heard on podcasts and stuff, that's who's molesting your kids. Listen, everybody's a threat as far as I'm concerned. So no, not everybody. But yeah, don't let your kid go there, and have a serious talk with your husband. That if grandma wants to see the babies, guess what? They come to us and we treat her very, very well. We make accommodations, but we are not leaving our kids there. No freaking way. No way. No way, Jose. I remember as a kid, like, I hated going to other people's houses. I especially hated being left at other people's houses, even if there were people I liked as a small kid, especially as a 3 or 4 or 5-year-old. It's very scary for kids to be at other people's houses. I didn't like it. I don't know. Right? It wasn't like creepy to be over at your grandma. Did you like your grandma, Zolo?
Well, my grandparents lived in different states and stuff when I was growing up, but anytime I would be like left at a friend's house or anyone,
Oof.
I never liked it. I never liked being away from home, away from my parents. It always felt weird. Right.
It doesn't, especially so young, when you have young children, it's not, you're constantly waiting to get back into your own environment.
Yeah.
I don't, I remember we even had this great old lady neighbor, a normal American woman, and she really was nice to me. She was like one of the normal adults in my life, like an American. Her husband's name was Chopper, like they called him Chopper, and they had a Winnebago in the front yard, and their lawn was perfect, and they were just a nice older couple. And I remember she would invite me over all the time just to play Scrabble with her. And part of me really liked being in such a calm, normal environment because it was very foreign to me. But then on the other hand, I was secretly just kind of like a little scared and like, oof, I don't like, the smells are different in here. Like, you're too normal. Like you wanted to talk to me and, you know, I don't want to answer you. Kids don't want all that shit. So This episode of Where My Mom's At is supported by OxiClean White Revive, my go-to product for laundry whitening and stain removal. Have you ever tossed out a white shirt because of a stain that you couldn't get out? Do you have white linens that have become dingy over time? OxiClean White Revive Laundry Whitener and Stain Remover can save items that you thought were ruined or headed for the trash. With 40% more whitening power than chlorine bleach per load and none of the negative effects, OxiClean White Revive works like magic. It maintains brilliant whites and revives dingy whites to keep them looking like new longer. It gently lifts away stains while brightening and restoring whites. It's safe on colors, and there's no risk of chlorine bleach spills or splatters or that harsh smell. You've got to try OxiClean White Revive Laundry Whitener and Stain Remover for yourself. To work your magic with OxiClean, go to OxiClean.com/tryme and order a free sample. That's OxiClean.com/TRYME for a free stain fighting sample while supplies last. OxiClean, work your magic. With all that's going on, a lot of us are feeling anxious or stressed or depressed, and I know it can be hard finding a doctor to talk to, especially now. That's why I recommend Plush Care. Plush Care knows your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Their primary care physicians are here for you 7 days a week to help you start feeling better as soon as possible. In addition to being primary care physicians who handle ongoing and urgent care, they also treat a wide range of common mental health issues like anxiety, depression, stress, or even trouble sleeping. So if you're feeling down, worried, or just not like yourself, you can book a same-day appointment and see a Plush Care doctor right from the comfort of your own home using your phone or computer, which is so big because, you know, when you're feeling anxious or depressed and they say, great, I can see you in a month. Well, by then things have changed. So it's great that you can have a same-day appointment. They'll discuss treatment options with you and have your prescription sent to your local pharmacy as needed. And this is available in all 50 states. Plush Care makes it easier than ever to take care of yourself inside and out. Start your membership today. Go to plushcare.com/WMMA to start your free 30-day trial. That's plushcare.com/WMMA for a free 30-day trial. plushcare.com/WMMA. All right, on to another very important question. Hi, Jeans. I've heard a lot of ads on your respective podcasts about bidets. Yes, my favorite subject. And I would love one for my own toilet, but I have a 6-year-old boy who is still learning to wipe all the way, so there's no poop left after he dumps it out. We only have one toilet in our home. My question is, how do you balance a bidet with having small children that are learning to clean themselves another way? Thanks for considering my question. You got it. Love you all so much. Christine. Yeah, you know, big question. Thank you for asking. So my little ones, they know to push the buttons on it, and they know that it makes funny beeps, but they don't know the function of a bidet. And I really think that's some varsity level stuff to clean your a-hole with a spray of water. And I don't think a little kid is ready to have water touch their beehole. So, you know, we just teach them like I let them push some buttons for me. Like I let Juju flush. He pushes the button to flush. I let him push the button that sprays my asshole. But they have no cognition yet of like, oh, that's what this does. How do you balance a bidet with having small children learning to clean themselves? They don't know what I'm doing when I'm pushing that button. Like I haven't explained it to them. I just say ignorance is bliss and just say, you know, like with everything, my older boy wants to curse, you know, he'll drop a fuck bomb every now and then. And I'll be like, bro, you just can't say that until you're 16. I would put an age on the bidet. Hey, you know, I see you're interested in that, but that's an adult thing. And you can't do that until you're, 12 or whatever. I think kids have a real clear understanding of adult things and kid things. You know, my son see me drinking wine every night, and then they're like, Mom, what are you drinking? And I'm like, well, it's grape juice. It's adult grape juice. And they want to always taste it and smell it. And I'm like, no, you can have it at a certain age. And then they seem to be satisfied by that explanation, right? Did that make sense to you when you were a little kid? You were just a little kid like 5 days ago.
Yeah, I think so. I think when I was a kid, you know, you just felt like there's things that adults do and there's things that kids do, and there's, you know, a separation between the two.
Yeah, there's children's world and there's adult world, and I always felt like that was a good enough explanation. Like, I just can't fucking do that.
Yeah, for me it was sitting in the front seat of a car when I was a little kid. My parents, like, they always made me sit in the back seat, and I felt like I remember asking older kids when I was little, like, "Are you old enough to sit in the front seat?" That was like a big thing.
Such a big deal. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. My parents never, in the 80s, there was no thing. Like, I was 4 and I would sit in the front with my mom in her Corolla, her Toyota Corolla. Like, we just got into a car accident when I was 4. And you just, you're like, well, too bad. I'm still alive. It's fine. Like, there's no fucking sense of, like, the kid should be in the back. It's really dangerous. Oh, this is funny. Here's some things I never thought I'd say. I have a 2-year-old daughter that has become obsessed with my boobs again. We haven't breastfed in a long time. She now will come up to me and squeeze, or even while laying down, peck them like a bird or face smack them. I always respond, "Stop pecking my boobs. These are not for pecking or for face smacking." But I had to share because I bust out laughing each time. It's so weird. Have a great day, Christina. Oh, you're Christina too. Yeah. Yeah, that's so funny. There's an age where they come back around again to being obsessed with your tits. My youngest one, Juju, I was wearing my bra in front of him the other day, and he goes, "Take that off. Take that off." He wanted me to take my bra off, and I go, "Okay." And then he goes, and he like gestures for me to bend down. I bend down. And then he just starts slapping my tits, like just slapping the shit out of them with both of his hands and squeezing them. And I'm like, all right, man, that's how it all gets wired, Like, of course he's gonna marry some big titted blonde because of mom. Do you remember playing with your mom's tits, Zolo? Do you remember that?
Not really.
Not when you're 5, 4.
Well, from working on this podcast, I kind of realized that my mom breastfed me till I was pretty old. Like, I remember breastfeeding when I was like 4, and I thought that was normal. Yeah.
It's not.
When is the proper age to cut that off?
I think it's somewhat relative. They recommend 1 year of breastfeeding, but I know mothers that do it until 3 or 4 is a little older. Yeah. You remember it at 4?
Maybe like 3 or 4. Yeah, I definitely remember it. My mom's really kind of like a hippie, and she never really gave me a bottle. It was always just, "Here, come suck on my tit."
Oh, but you seem pretty well adjusted, so I don't think did it have any negative? Do you feel negatively about it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, right? Like, you seem pretty normal. Does your girlfriend have big ones?
No, they're not huge.
Are you really into boobs because of it?
I like them.
Yeah, you're into them because of that. That's great. It's a good thing to be into.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Better than assholes, I guess. I don't know. Did your mom breastfeed you, Nadav? Do you know?
I mean, I don't really have a memory of it.
No.
But it's definitely like not one of my first memories, like coming online and sucking on my mom's tit or anything.
Yeah. Not like Zolo over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember being obsessed with my mom's boobs when I was, like, up until I would say 7, just really being just obsessed with how big they were and how hangy they were. And my mother would come home from work and take her bra off, which is like the first thing, right? Every woman does. And she would put on just like these tube tops, these just a tube. I mean, back in the 80s is very popular, just a tube top, and her just big, massive mom tits would be hanging down. And I was just so mesmerized. And I remember doing the same thing, like kind of swatting at them. I'm like, Mom, like poking her tits and being like, what's it like to wear a bra? Like, is that heavy? Does that help your posture? Like, why are your tits so hangy? Like, asking her all that stuff. And now look, I have the same gift of big, hanging, sloppy tits to give to my kids. Isn't that nice how history just repeats itself? Fuck. All right. Let's do some, I love mom hacks. Do we have any mom?
Yeah.
Oh, I love these. Let's do a voicemail mom hack.
Hey, Mommy, this is Jessie. So I have a mom hack for you. So my child is notorious for getting things thrown way back behind the couch. And instead of completely moving around furniture to try and get something out, what I have discovered works best is a measuring tape. So you could just lay down on the ground, stretch out the measuring tape, hook it onto whatever's underneath there, and then let it fly back. This obviously works best on hardwood floors. I haven't tried it out on carpet. But yeah, watch out for the snapback because I smashed the crap out of my finger. But anyways, good luck. Keep it high and tight. Bye.
That is a really good idea. So she's saying take a measuring tape, because they're kind of hard, and then hook it onto whatever's behind the couch and then retract it, and then the object will come. Very smart. I also like to use a hanger. I use hangers a lot. Those are good. Also, old people use these grabber sticks. I don't know if you've ever seen the elderly, or they use little grabbers. You can get them on Amazon where it's like you pull the little handle or whatever, and then there's a grabby at the end, and I use those everywhere too, especially when I was pregnant and I couldn't pick things up and bend over. Those are excellent for that. Very good, very good. Here's another mom hack and a Pazsitzky effect. Hey, Jeans, I'm a mom living in Toronto, and I have a mom hack for you. My 8-year-old son is obsessed with dinosaurs, and I recently discovered if you Google a dinosaur name, Google presents you with an animation of a 3D version of said dinosaur. And if you click show in my space, it will use your camera, and put the dinosaur in your room, stomping and roaring through the camera. Oh, that is so cool. My kid loves it and will blow half an hour just Googling dinosaurs. I tell myself it's super educational. Try it out. So again, here's how you do it. Okay. You Google a dinosaur name. Google presents you with an animation of a 3D version of said dinosaur. Let's see where the 3D version. I don't fucking know. Let's see. It said dinosaur. And if you click on show in my space, it will use your camera and put the dinosaur in your room, stomping and roaring. Well, that is super cool. There's also another hack I love to use is go to if you have the TikTok app on your iPhone, you open it up, and there's so many great filters on TikTok that if you just reverse the camera and you and your kiddo sit there, and you can put on like goofy faces and do all those backgrounds for fucking an hour. It's a great waste of time. Okay, also, Pazsitzky effect is that I can buy more than one expensive perfume at a time. Ooh, yeah! I do not have to finish a bottle before I buy another. I'm also allowed to throw away old dry mascara, yes. Like, I can just buy more stuff. Why am I clinging to my bronzer palette from 2008? Probably because I don't think I need new stuff. It's therapeutic throwing shit out, though. Love you, Amanda. Yes, Amanda, I 100% agree. Not only that, I would argue that it's sanitary to throw out old makeup. You have to, otherwise you'll give yourself fucking pink eye using the same mascara forever and ever. Yeah, it's meant to be used. An old foundation. I just threw that away today that I found. Yes, you deserve it. Okay, here are some other Pazsitzky effects. For those of you who don't know what these are, Rob Eiler, who played AJ on The Sopranos, coined this term when you discover that you can do something differently that you haven't been doing. So here's a great one from Lauren. I grew up poor, and so did my parents and my grandparents. That seems to be a common denominator with these Pazsitzky effects. It's like the people writing in are like, grew up poor, my parents are immigrant. So I guess this is a phenomenon amongst poor people or immigrants. I always taught to not waste things and hold on to things. By the time I was 18, I had so much stuff, and I moved into a smaller house. I realized that I don't need to keep something just because someone gave it to me and it doesn't have a purpose or value to me. It's okay to donate it or just fucking toss it, because who cares? Things are just things. Everything I have is very minimal, and it's all stuff that I use. It's so much easier to clean. I also save a lot of money because I know not to buy things impulsively, because in the future I'll just be throwing them out. Lauren, that is so smart, Lauren. I agree with you 100%. My husband taught me that too, that just because you bought a piece of furniture doesn't mean you're beholden to it forever and ever and ever, and that you can buy new furniture. You can give furniture to people who need it besides yourself. That is huge. To donate it or just fucking toss it. That is your right as an American to be a wasteful piece of shit. Do we have any Pazsitzky effect voicemails, Mr. Josh?
We sure do.
All right. I like to hear those. I like to hear your little voices.
Hi, Mommy. This is Lori calling from Thousand Oaks. I wanted to share my Pazsitzky effect. I hope I pronounced that right.
You did.
It is related to the dishwasher. So I grew up in a household where we only used our dishwasher for Thanksgiving and Christmas when there was, a lot of dishes. So when I got married, my husband would always be like, why are you hand washing everything? Just use the dishwasher. And I was like, no, that's way too luxurious. Well, because it just was only the two of us. So it felt like, it wasn't necessary. But then he's like, you don't have to run the dishwasher right away. You can load after breakfast, load after lunch, load after dinner, and then run the dishwasher. So that has been a game changer. I run that thing every single day.
Yeah.
I basically put everything in it unless it clearly is marked, do not put in the dishwasher. So anyways, just wanted to share that with you. And I also wanted to share, I'm 5 months postpartum, so my hair is falling out like crazy. I have not pulled a hair out of my own butt hole, but I have pulled a hair out of my baby's butthole and my dog's butthole.
Oh.
So, anyways, okay, just wanted to share that. All right, bye.
Bonus, your hair is falling out. Yeah, 5 months postpartum that you're going to experience that. It does help to keep taking, I think, your prenatal vitamins a little bit longer than you would. Also, there are supplements you can take. I wish I had that on top of my. Just Google hair growth supplements. There was a couple I took that really, let's see. Will you bring up hair growth supplements? This will help you so you're not just like pulling chunks out. I know, it's just the worst. Yeah, here we go. Nutrafol women, I think that's one. I don't know. Just Google that on there's a bunch you can get. You shouldn't have to suffer, but I'm telling you, babies just suck the nutrients right out of your body. Ugh, you got to put that in. You can run your dishwasher. That's an odd one that your parents only did it twice a year. Jesus Christ. Were you fucking Amish? Oh, sugar hair bear. Yeah, I heard that one's good. I think I have that one. Biotin. That's what I took. Biotin. That's what you can take to make your hair grow back. Biotin. You can run. Sometimes I run the dishwasher and there's like not a full rack, not a full load. I don't give a shit. I'll fucking do what I want. It's my life. Here's another one. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters. At the most crowded, our house had all 7 kids plus mom, dad, and Nana. 10 of us in what was barely a 3-bedroom house. Ugh. I'm 34 years old now and live alone. But I've recently realized that when I cook for myself, I don't need to make enough food to feed a small army. Growing up, I got so used to dinner being prepared to feed so many mouths that I didn't even think that I could just cook less food if it's just for me. I do the same thing. I've thrown away so much food because you can only eat so many identical leftover meals in a row before you lose your mind. Even though I am now aware of how TikTok this is so fucking hard to correct. So many times I'm like, that's not nearly enough rice. Let's triple that, only to find out that it was so much more than enough stupid fucking rice to begin with. Love the show. Yes, thank you, Kevin. Yeah, I do that too. I like to cook it all and then just have it and then never eat it again. I'll eat the thing once and then I'll fucking end up throwing it away. You can also freeze food. I've heard of people doing this. I don't do it because I find it to be disgusting, but people swear by it. They freeze food. And then they're like, well, then you already have a meal later. I'm like, I'd rather just cook it again and be fresh. But whatever. I've got weird OCDs when it comes to bacteria and such. But there you go. Good for you, Kevin. Peeing in the pool. Cool dad here. This is going to blow your fucking minds. I really hope this helps some of your listeners. I didn't pee in a pool until I was 24 years old. Ooh, 100% believed, even as an adult, that pee turned chlorine blue or red or green or whatever color. Yes, this is a very common myth. Katie Morton and I talked about this, that they told you that when you were a kid, so you never did. It wasn't until one day I was day drinking with friends in an apartment complex that I learned the truth. After breaking the seal, I made the long walk back to the apartment 5 or 6 times to pee while not one single other person got out of the pool. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm 28 now and I have to tell you, summer is now my favorite time of year. My life has become so much easier now that I don't have to get my fat ass out of the water just to take a leak. Sorry, neighbors, but I am now the pool pee champ. Yep. Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it. Oh, okay. Our son turns 3 next month, and my wife and I are balls deep into potty training. I can't decide what lie to tell him about peeing in the pool. I don't want to traumatize him the way I was, but I also don't want him to make a habit of peeing in the pool. Not yet, anyway. You have to earn that shit. Any advice? Yeah. Don't stress about potty training. I don't know why. I have no idea why Americans are so hung up on toilet training. For fucking some reason, there's so many books about it. And I remember when I toilet trained Ellis the first time, you know, other moms were like, have you done it? What's going on? How do you do it? There was so much anxiety around it. There really doesn't need to be that much anxiety. I'll tell you what I did. Now my second one, Juju, he's just 2 months old, and he just took a dump in the toilet yesterday for the first time. Unprompted, because it wasn't a deal. He saw his older brother do it. But okay, so for the first kid, yeah, around 3, you buy a little toilet, those tiny ones on Amazon. There's a great one that flushes, and then it goes hooray, and it like celebrates flushing the pee or the poo, the fake flush, but it's not a real toilet, right? It's just a little thing that gathers pee and poo. And no, just say toddler toilet. That's a real toilet. Just toddler toilet. It's great. They're fun, and they watch you. I also, and I don't know if there's Elmo's. There you go. So you get one of these. I let my kids watch me poo and pee because I would be alone with them a lot, and they saw what's going on, and then you explain to them, I'm peeing, I'm pooing, I'm wiping, I'm doing da. There's great books. Actually, I hate Elmo, but he's got a few great potty training books that explain the process. Elmo washes his hands, and Elmo refers to himself in fucking third person all the time, which is so weird to me. But anyway, there's that, and you just introduce the idea. This is what pooping is. This is what peeing is. Eventually, they're not going to like the feeling of a wet diaper. They're going to start hiding when they poo around you. That's how you can tell they're getting ready. That's One P is for Potty. That's a great book. We got that one down. They're going to start hiding when they poop, and that's when you know they're kind of ready. They're getting ready. And I got to say, don't force it. Don't worry about it. You can do the pants off method. I've heard of people just taking off the diaper entirely for a weekend and just making them go in the toilet. I've heard that works very well. What we did, we transitioned to pull-ups first with Ellis. That was very helpful to make them get used to the idea of wearing a pull-up, which is just a disposable diaper that feels like an underwear, right? It goes up and down. And then you just say to them one day, hey, guess what? We're not doing pull-ups anymore. We're going to wear underwear. And then you buy them cool underwear that they like. Now they're wearing underwear. And you say, well, if you feel like you have to pee or poo, you let us know. We're going to take you to the potty. So it's just a gradual thing. Don't shame them. Don't get all weird. They're going to regress. They're going to piss their pants. They're going to get their timing off. It's totally normal. And there you go. And then you shame them. You say, you're a disgusting, dirty boy for soiling your pants. Just kidding. And then they're going to sleep with a night diaper too forever. You can't expect them to hold in their piss at night. Okay, here's another one. My name is Trevor. I moved in with my girlfriend, and it took us living together for 4 years and my 30 years of life to find out you can reuse towels once you've used them to clean yourself. I've been washing them after drying myself once. That's crazy. Who does that? I'm the opposite. I would say I learned that you can wash towels because I fucking don't care. What do you got? You guys are disgusting. Zolo, are you a towel overuser, washer? What do you do?
Overuser for sure.
Disgusting, right?
Like my towel has to smell horrific for me to wash it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I fucking don't care. I don't fucking care. I don't care. I really don't. I'm just such a pig. Okay, my Pazsitzky effect is that I recently found out I can fill the gas tank in the car before the gas light turns on. I know, I don't do that either. I wait until the light comes on, and then there's a feeling of panic that washes over me. Will I make it to the gas station or not? Who knows? That's always fun. Hi, Mommy. While my parents are just shitty American parents, I realized I had my own Pazsitzky effect. Ever since my 2-year-old son was born, I realized I loved my hair when I washed it every 2 to 3 days, like many other women I work with. But I thought they kept their hair so straight because they went to bed with their hair down and just sweat the shit out of it. What? To keep it straight? Okay. So my dumb ass was going to bed with my hair down, sweating my female balls out every night to keep my hair straight. It wasn't until 3 weeks ago I flipped the fuck out, waking up late, and my hair was up in a bun and a non-wash day, and went, fuck it, now I have to wash my hair. Then realized I could just fucking wash my body and re-straighten my hair. Oh, right. I can finally go to bed happy knowing how to do it. So basically she's saying that you can use hair straightener for freshly washed hair and non-washed hair. There you go. Who the fuck knew? Basically, you don't have to wash your hair every time you take a shower. You can use dry shampoo. That's another revelation I didn't have until much later in life too. All right, I'm going to do one more and then we're going to wrap this shit up, bro. Oh, this is funny. I just had a Pazsitzky effect. Since working from home, my quote desk, also the kitchen table, is a mess. I've been moving around 2 different notepads with different lists of tasks. Just realized I could combine all my tasks onto one notepad and declutter my desk. Wow, right. It's so funny how we get stuck doing one thing. Oh, this is so funny. Okay. No, I don't want to read that one because then people are going to fucking keep writing in about it. It took me till I was 25, and now my husband took me out to nice restaurants to realize that I could spend more than about $10 on a nice meal. We've turned our anniversary into a reason to experience expensive foods and restaurants. I still glance through the prices to find the cheapest option. To my husband's dismay, old habits are hard to kick. Thank you, Jessica. Yes, I had that habit too for the longest time where I would go to a restaurant and then like automatically get the cheapest thing. And an appetizer, fucking forget about it. Like, who do you think you are to order food before the food? Because my parents thought that was completely outrageous to do such a thing. So there you go. Leave me a voicemail, 213-375-5184. I want to know who your weirdest, horniest child crush was. Who was your first crush? I think for me, I said it was Mighty Mouse. Was it the Little Mermaid? Whoever. Send me a picture of Aaron Carter's dong if you can find that on the internet, because I didn't get to see this jerk sesh, but I did get to hear about it. Yeah. And you know what I want to know too? Tell me the truth. Do you think this gender reveal stuff is as charged as you think? Am I crazy? Am I being too old school here that I think this is a little overboard and a little silly? Or am I just out of touch? Let me know if I'm out of touch. Email me at wheremymomsat@gmail.com. Leave me a voicemail, 213-375-5184. And that's it, guys. We're going back to our crazy apocalyptic existence outside. Hopefully LA won't burn down until next week. All right, until next time, stay cool, moms. Bye. I love you.
Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where my mom's at podcast with Christina P.